A very warm good morning to one and all present over here. We will take up the topic, the very first chapter of class 8, that is computer network. One by one, there are gonna be 6 people that going to explain concepts. Let us start with the first one, that is Ridhima. So over to you, Ridhima.
I am Ridhima from MRADAV Public School, Solent. A communication means receiving and sending of messages, data, instructions, information, and lot many. Similarly, a computer communication describes a process in which two or more computers or devices transfer data, information, instructions, and lot many. What is the need of communication? We don't have to be born as human beings. Be it ants, apes, dolphins, we can communicate and convey our needed messages. Communication here means to be able to convey thoughts and ideas and everything else that need to be expressed or conveyed. How do we communicate? We don't need to communicate face to face, but we can also communicate with other means of communication. Communication among individuals is not only face to face, but it also involves sharing of lots of information. Devices that we use to talk or to send messages from one person to the other are the different modes of communication that we use in our daily life. History of communication. History of communication started with carrier pigeons, horsemen, and then letters and telegrams being used for sending messages. Gradually, with the changing of time, telephone came into existence. They were very easy to use and also connected us to far of distant locations within no time. Since telephone were static, so mobile phones were invented and came into existence. Telephone and mobile phones are the different means of communication. The mobile phones are the more advanced, whereas the telephones are not that advanced. Computers have not only simplified but also made the complex mathematics or scientific calculations possible. As we all know, each computer has its own keyboard, mouse, printer, also known as peripheral devices. If two or more people wish to share the data or information, they have to move around with pen drives, CDs, etc.
I just want to add one thing over here, that is peripheral device. See, in a computer system, CPU is very important, right? You can't work without CPU. So it is essential to the computer system. But those devices that just add extra functionality to our computer system. For example, if I will attach a printer, it adds more functionality to our computer system, but our system will work definitely fine without the printer too, right? So peripheral devices are those devices which add extra functionality in our computer system and they are not essential for our computer system. For example, keyboard is a peripheral device because we can work without a keyboard also. We can have our own screen keyboard, right? We can work with or without the printer because it is not essential. It is just the additional thing that we can attach to our computer system. So I hope peripheral devices, the term is clear to you. Now let us move on to next topic. Over to you, Ridhima.
Yes, ma'am. However, the need of sending and receiving more and more information among individuals, organizations on the click of the mouse has given birth to computer networks. Thank you. Now over to you, Eileen. Angel.
Aline, you are mute, bacha.
Hello everyone. Today I, Angel of MRE Davy School, is here to present my slides on computer networks. So let's start. Now we will discuss about what are computer networks. A computer network is a collection of two or more computers connected together in order to communicate and share the data and information. Now we will talk about peripheral devices. Communication Communication have not only simplified but also made the complex mathematical or scientific calculations possible. As well as each computer has its own keyboard, mouse, scanner, and printer, also called peripheral devices. Now, next is cables to connect computers and other peripheral devices to each other. Now, we will discuss about what are clients and server. When we connect two or more computers together, we get a network. On this network, a central computer server acts as storage location for files and applications that are shared on the network. Servers store and send data to other computers and also control the network access of the computers, which are referred to as client computers. Now we will talk about client computers. Clients are computers that receive and use data from servers. Now we will discuss about some examples of these both. Different places where client server model of network is being used, such as school, offices and banks, etc. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Very well explained, Aline. Now let us move to Arshia.
Now over to you, Arshia.
I, Arsha Gupta of MRADAB Public Schools Solan, is here to present my slides on the topic requirements of computer network. Cables. Cables help to connect computers and other devices such as phones, TVs, etc. NIC. NIC stands for Network Interface Card. This card or device connects the computer to the special device called the switch, which in turn links all of the computer or network together. Switch. Switch is used to connect multiple devices which needs to be connected to each other in a network. A switch can thus connect computers, printers, and server, creating a network of shared resources. Modem. Modem is a hardware device which means modulator and demodulator. Modem Modem are used for data transfer from one computer network through telephone lines. The modulator converts information from digital mode at the transmitting end. Demodulator converts the same from analog to digital at receiving end.
Okay, I want to ask you people, just unmute and say, computer system work analogly or digitally? Computer works analog or digital? Any one of you? Arshia, do you know that?
Ma'am, analog?
Yes. Computer work analog. Is it correct? Okay, no problem, bacha. See, computer works in binary. You all know that it works in 0 or 1. Yes, it works on 0 and 1. That is digital. Okay, analog means continuous. And what digital means? Digital means either 0 or 1. Okay, the data they transferred through the telephone lines, it transferred analogly. Okay, and the data that is processed in a computer system is processed digitally. Therefore, we have to convert the data from digital to analog, right? And then again from analog to digital at the receiving end. Therefore, we require modem for doing that. Okay, Arshia? Okay, bacha. Over to you. You can continue.
Now, over to you, Ellie.
Hello everyone. Today I, Ellen of MRA DAV Public School, is here to express my views on the topic wired and wireless networks. So let's talk about wired networks. This image represents a wired network setup which uses physical cable to transfer data between different devices and computer systems. There are several types of network cables such as coaxial cable, optical fiber cables, etc., which are used depending on the network requirement. Now let us talk about them one by one. So the first one is twisted cable. This type of cable is used to connect two network devices. Its advantages are twisted pair provides high data transfer speed, and if we talk about its cost, it's not very costly. So, Twisted Pair uses less power consumption and is simple to install. Now, its disadvantages are Ethernet cables are difficult to troubleshoot. For connecting Ethernet cables, Ethernet card should be present inside the computer, otherwise, the computer will not work. So, the next one is coaxial cable. A coaxial cable consists of a central copper wire which is surrounded by an outer jacket. This cable is used by the TV companies to connect TV sets to antennas. Now, its advantages are these cables are lightweighted and easy to use. Coaxial cable can carry data over long distances and are not very expensive. Coaxial cable is more resistant to interference and attenuation. Now, its disadvantages are cable that uses copper conductors can easily break. They are difficult to maintain and install. Now, the next one is fiber optic cable. And fiber optic cable uses glass thread to transmit data, each of which is capable of transmitting messages uh, each of which is capable of transmitting messages in the form of light waves. Despite of being made of glass, these cables are bendable and are easy to install. So its advantages are these cables are lightweighted and easy to install. It carry enormous information at once, which provides high data transmission speed. It provides low rate and ensures secure transmission. So the next one is its disadvantages. So it is very weak, hence it is need to be installed very carefully, and it has a high cost of installation. So next one is wireless networks. A wireless network is a computer network that uses wireless data connections between two networks nodes, which can share data and resources in a wireless num- uh, network. For example, Bluetooth, radio link, infrared waves, etc. Let us gain some knowledge about them one by one. So the first one is Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a wireless technology standard used for exchanging data between fixed and mobile devices over short distances, and it allows communication in several devices at a time. Next one is infrared waves. This type of transmission uses infrared light to communicate between two devices. It is affected by heat distances and hence work for short distances. It is generally visible to human eye. Now next one
Okay.
is
Can anyone give me an example where IR waves are used for communication? In real life, have you seen anywhere that IR waves is used for communication, connecting the two devices? Any example, bacha? No? Okay. Any TV remote, for example, any remote and TV, how they are connected with each other? It is through IR waves only. There is no cable between your TV remote and the TV setup, na? There is no cable there? Yes or no? There is cable or no?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So, bacha, TV remote and TV mein there is no cable. Means there is some wireless communication, right? And which wireless communication is there? Infrared waves are used over there. Okay. Even with AC and AC remote. Car, that is remote control car, there also infrared waves are used as wireless communication. Okay. Now let us move on to the next, that is radio waves. Over to you, bacha.
Yes, ma'am. Radio waves are electromagnetic with wavelength. These waves can travel for long distances and can penetrate through walls. These waves are created when an electromagnetic field and magnetic field join together. However, it get easily affected by rains, storms, etc. So next one
Okay,
is
just wait. Um, IR waves penetrate through buildings or wall. Is it true or false?
yes, ma'am, it's
Infrared,
true.
it is true. It can penetrate from the walls also, through the walls.
Ma'am, it's false. I thought you were talking about radio waves.
Okay, it is false. Perfectly fine, Ali. See, if you are in this room and your TV is in that room, you can't operate through the wall with the TV remote. Yes? This
Yes,
means
ma'am.
there should be a direct line of sight communication between the TV remote and the TV setup. But in radio waves, that is not required. It can penetrate the buildings also. Okay? Now over to you, Bacha.
Satellite communication. This signal allows a user to transmit signals to any part of the world. This transmission is used by broadcasting companies in present. So the next one is 3G. We all are very familiar to this. 3G is a upgrade of 2.5G, which have generation wireless technology. It has the speed of communication through these network. We can do many things such as video call, video conferencing, etc. So the next one is 4G. This network is the upgrade of 3G. It offers more bandwidth that can uh, more bandwidth than 3G and offers more speed. This technology is also referred as the magic. Next one is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a wireless technology that allows two or more devices to communicate one another. It should be password protected for security to safeguard from unknown users. Next one is VMAX. VMAX
Oh,
is
just wait. Anyone can tell me the full form of Wi-Fi? There is a full form associated with the Wi-Fi. Anyone can tell me? Okay, bacha. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. Okay. Now over to you.
VMAX is similar to Wi-Fi. It can work for long distances and at a much faster speed. It also has a larger um, range of 50 kilometers. Thank you and have a nice day. Now over to you, Soumya.
Soumya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bacha. Continue.
Good evening. Today I, Soumya Kansal, a student of MRADV Public School, is here to express my views on the topic types of network. What is a computer network? A computer network A network consists of two or more computers that are linked in order to share resources, exchange files, or to allow electronic communications. A computer on a network may be linked through cables, radio waves, infrared light beams, etc. Is there a need of computer network? Yes, there is a need of computer network in file sharing, resource sharing, remote and access, data protection, etc. Coming on to our first subtopic, that is local area network, also called as LAN. A local area network, LAN, is a computer network that interconnects computers within a limited area such as a residence, school, laboratory, university campus, or office building. Here are some of the advantages of LAN. Costly resources such as printers can be shared by all of the computers. This means that there is better quality printing. Data can be shared across the network. Disadvantages of LAN. The use of email within the network can lead to problems of time wasting as people send messages that do not relate to work, and network security can be a big problem. Coming on to our second subtopic, that is metropolitan area network. It's wide area network. A wide area network is a a telecommunica- telecommunication network that extends over a large geographical area for the primary purpose of computer networking. Wide area networks are often established leased communication circuits. Here are some disadvantages of WAN. Initial investment costs are higher and difficult to maintain the network because it requires skilled technicians and network administrators. Here are some of the advantages. WAN covers larger geographical area, hence business offices situated at longer distances can easily communicate. Organizations can form their global integrated network through WAN. Moreover, it supports global markets and global businesses. Coming on to our third subtopic, that is metropolitan area network, also called as MAN. A metropolitan area network is a computer network that interconnects users with computer resource in a geographic region of the same size. Thank you.
Very well explained, Soumya. So what we have studied about LAN, PAN, WAN, and MAN. Now let us move on to Internet. Now, first is what is Internet at all? Internet is global network that connect millions of computers. Internet is often referred to as network of networks or the World Wide Web, right? We can send text messages, images, videos, audios to our friends living in any part of the world using WhatsApp or electronic mail. We can also search for any information on internet and email file attachment. Internet enables even dissimilar computers with different operating systems to communicate with each other using a standard set of protocols called as networking protocols, right? Next, we will study that are where we use the internet. We use internet for various activities like email, research, downloading the files, discussion among the groups, interactive games, education, self-improvement, uh, doing chats with our friends, or electronic magazine, news, and newspapers. Next is types of internet service. Now, we are familiar with the names of various service providers in our country, like Airtel, Vodafone, etc. We can select any type of internet service and service provider depending upon which internet service provider serves the area where services are required and what type of services do they offer. Some common types of internet services are like dial-up, DSL, cable, satellite, and 3G and 4G. Let us take up one by one. So what is dial-up? This is generally the slowest type of internet connection and should probably be avoided unless it is the only service available in the area where internet service is required. Dial-up internet uses the phone line, thus landline and internet cannot be used at the same time. So what is the main disadvantage of dial-up? It is very, very slow and we cannot use the telephone lines and the internet at the same time. Second is DSL. DSL service uses a broadband connection which makes it much faster than dial-up. The DSL connects to the internet via phone line, but unlike dial-up, we can use the internet and the phone line at the same time. Next is cable connection. Cable service connects to the internet via cable TV. It uses a broadband connection and can be faster than both dial-up and DSL. So as we are moving, the speed of connectivity, the connectivity speed is increasing. In dial-up, it is lowest, then DSL with more speed and cable with the more speed as compared to DSL. Now we will study satellite. Satellite connection also uses a broadband but does not require cable or phone lines. As we have seen earlier, either the phone lines or the cables are required, but in satellite, no cabling is required at all. It connects to the internet through the man-made satellites orbiting the Earth. It can be used almost anywhere in the world, but the connection may be affected by weather patterns, right? If we are connecting with the phone lines, then weather issues are not there, but if there is wireless connection with satellites, then there might be internet issues when weather is not well, okay? And in 3G and 4G service, it is mostly commonly used with the mobile phones and it connects wirelessly through the ISP's network. However, these types of connections are not always as fast as DSL or cable. So what we have find that if there is cabling, then it is not going to affected by weather. But in wireless, it is going to be affected by weather, whether it is satellite, 3G and 4G. So I just assume that if you are you have explained, you have known each and every concept of the first chapter of the 8th class book of Information and Communication Technology. If still there is any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. Thank you and have a good day.